Hello everyone. On the behalf of Shri Aurobindo Society, I Papri welcome you all in today's video. Today I'm going to talk about on an interesting activity that is compiled by the most successful and innovative platform of India, ZIIEI, that is Zero Investment Innovation for Education Initiatives. Today's idea is invented by the innovative educators of UP Board for subject English class 4, chapter number 3. Chapter name is Magic Words, and the idea that we are going to implement today is known as WordC. So the innovation of this idea is to enhance the students' creative thinking skill while they expresses their thoughts outrightly, which leads to self-learning. In this idea, student will get engaged in the process of learning in a playful manner. The time limit for this idea is about 20 minutes. Now there are some pre-arrangements that the educator need to make in the classroom, that is empty cardboard box, a chart paper, a colorful chart paper for wrapping the box, tape, safety scissors, 30 blank paper slips. Here 30 represents the strength of the class, and a last is the picture card of glass full of water. Now there are two sections for this activity, that is building and revision section. So let's start with the building section first. The educator enter in the classroom with the waste box and initiate the discussion on the idea WordC and inform students that today they will be doing an interesting activity that is called WordC by using this box. Now, the educator asks some leading questions to build the idea of the WordC, and then the educator show the picture card glass full of water to the students and asks them that what they can see in this picture. So the student might respond by saying that it's a picture of a water or a glass full of water. Then the educator asks the question that have you seen more water rather than this picture? Then the students might respond by saying that we have seen more water in bucket, in sea, in river, in pond, and etc. Informs the students that the huge source of water the huge source of water that we found on our planet is known as sea, is called sea. So the educator asks the next question that what do you understand by the term word sea? So the student might respond by saying that the place where we find many words or a sea of words or collection of the words together are called word sea. So inform students that today they will be using this box as a word C and then ask the question from the students that what can be done to this box to make it more attractive and to make it a box of a word C. Then the student might respond by saying that we can decorate it and then write it as the name word C. So the same thing happens. The educator asks some students to wrap the empty box, and then the educator write word C on the box and put it on the educator's table. Now the educator slide the box from one side to another side of the table and asks the leading question to initiate the discussion on vocabulary, verbs and sentence formation, and that is what just happened here. So the student might respond by saying that you just move the box or you just slide the box. So then the educator asks one student to come and place the box in its original place. So the student follow the instruction and do the same. Then the educator asks the question to the students that what can I say to the student who just helped me in putting the box in its right place. Then the student might saying that you can say thank you. Then suddenly the educator dropped the box on the table and then asked the question that what can I say if I accidentally or mistakenly drop the box. So the student might respond by saying you can say sorry. So inform students that the word like slide, move tells us about the work done by an object which is known as verb, and in other section the words like thank you, sorry, these are the magic words. Ask students to think and observe more verbs and magic words from the book. Then conclude by saying that today they will be doing an activity with this word C box in the class. Now the revision section starts. Make sure that the reading of the story, building and explanation of the other various concepts have already been done in the class before we start with the word C activity. Then the educator will write all the possible words like verb and magic words, nouns, from the chapter on the board, and distribute a blank paper slips among the students, and initiate the activity by giving some following sets of instruction, like select one word from the board and write that word on your paper. Now the educator will ask, then the educator asks all the students to fold their slips and put it in the box. Then educator instruct one student to come and pick up one slip from the box and instruct him or her to say aloud the word that is written on the slip, and asked to frame a short sentence using that word. So for example, student 1 pick up a slip from the box, and the word borrow is written on it. So the student say aloud the word borrow in the class. Then the student state the associated concept, that is vocabulary, action words, nouns, and sentence formation. So the student frame a sentence that I borrow a pencil from my friend, and then state that pencil is a noun, and this is a whole sentence, and borrow is the action word. Then the educator will ask rest of the students to ask question related to that word to the child to clear their doubts. Then the educator may add extra information or help out the student if he or she is unable to answer the question. Then repeat this activity until all the students get the chance to participate in the activity. Appreciate student for using more difficult words from the book and describe them. Conclude that in this way student will learn new words related to the lesson in a playful manner. Now, there are some learning outcomes that can be achieved in this idea, and those are: respond to the simple instruction, announcement in the classroom made in English. Next is respond verbally or in a written in English to questions based on story or the lesson. Next is infer the meaning of the unfamiliar words by reading them in a context. Use noun, verb, adjective, and prepositions in speech and writing. Use punctuation marks appropriately in reading and writing. Now there are some points that is need to remember, that is this story is suggested to be taught as per the syllabus guidelines. The inclusion of the learning outcome of English facilitate an integrated approach in the learning, while students act according to the instruction given by the educator. Students may discuss and then write the different words in their individual slips. Make sure that the discipline of the classroom is maintained while performing the activity. Ensure that every student get a chance to participate in the activity, as NCF 2005 believes that every child comes with some pre-knowledge information. Thus, this idea helps in gauging the pre-knowledge of the student. Now some values can also be imparted in this activity while teaching the lesson, that is the core life skill can be creative thinking, critical thinking, and effective communication skill. The values that can be touched upon are patience, that is persisting in a course of action, then acceptance, that is having no objective attitude towards other idea. Then the next can be politeness, that is using good manners and acting in a socially acceptable way. Next can be respect, showing consideration for the worth of someone's or something. Now there are some benefits also of this innovative idea for the children with the special needs, CWSN, and those are that choosing a word from the poem or the story, write them on the chit, and picking up a slip and related that word to the lesson would enhance their memory. Then this activity will also help specifically ADHD children in improving their attention span. And next is, this activity will help slow learners and the students who are having learning disability to sharpen their memory by learning and performing the activity. So that's all for today's video. Hope you like it, and hope you implement this idea in your classroom. If you do like the video, don't forget to give a big thumbs up, and if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe it and click the bell icon for all the future notifications. Also, if you are in Facebook, you can also like our Facebook page, Sri Aurobindo Society, ZIIEI, and you can also download our innovative Pathshaala app from the Play Store. Thank you.